All right, what I'm going to use today is this UST razor saw. It's a 24 TPI saw, and it also has the razor in the combo. And gonna utilize this for my project and a piece of Kydex. I'm gonna take this Kydex and heat it up, and we're gonna just kind of form it over this. You can do these different ways. I'm gonna use Kydex today and give it a shot. Thing that's cool to do. It's a cool trick. I got these. They're called FIDs. It's hard to say, but I made a FID from. This is from an old cleaning kit for. I don't know, one of my old gun clean kits. But anyway, there's a threaded end on one end, and I take this and I turn it into a point, polish it with metal polish. It's brass. Now, then, I know, right? So you gut, all right, so typically, all right, so inside each one of these, let's just zoom you in here. I know. Hey, bear with me. All right, so you've got your regular strands for your paracord, and then in there is fire cord. Now, fire cord is very cool. Let me pull you back some. Okay, you're still zoomed. Use Titan survival cord. You get these nice little strands here, right? Anyways, just light that up. Stop messing around. See that? Big difference between this and the put the fire out. Different than the Titan survival cord. So, and what I'm about to do, anyway, back to what I was saying. All right, so I've got, how many strands do we have here? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm replacing all that other stuff. I carry Titan survival cord with me all the time. So all I do is just, so I'm using my FID to do that. It's a little bit easier than trying to pull it through any other way. But you keep that up, you'll get all the way down, and you'll come out the end. And I've already got this measured to where I'd like to have it. So another cool option for you, right? All right. The paracord FID, everybody. See how it goes up? It's pulled all the way through. Now watch this. See, I just pull this. The dog's got to bark at the neighbors. Just keep pulling. It's called a paracord FID. See that? Now, look at that. And now what I do is I take this and I'll hold it. Just kind of hold on to it. Bring it all the way to right about there. And then just grab hold and just keep laying it out there. And look at that. Look at that. That's cool, huh? Now I've got one solid strand right there. That was a lot of fun. Tell you what. Something about working with Kydex. I don't think I want that job. I'm more of a leathercraft guy, not a Kydex kind of person. All right, so there you have it. It's got a split. I take my glove off. Get my gloves out of here. It's got a split. Let's see if I can get it to zoom in. There you go. Had to sand and file all the way around it, and I get this nice. I went with this position here, so I don't want the blades opening up on me by accident. And just like that, it's got a retention to it. You hear it snap, and of course, you know, it'll be on some cordage, but something along those lines. And then you got for survival purposes. Now this is a bit bigger than my other ones. A little bit different shape to it than my, these are my razor safety razors, that's right. Bit different shape. You can see there, this one comes up more. There's less of it. There's a hole in this one. There's not one in that one. So, pretty neat. Then you got this guy here. Let's go ahead and push that back in. And then there's your saw. And there you go. And then I got it where this logo sticks up on the outside. I kind of thought that'd be cool too. kind of have that sticking out when I finish the project. Now back to the paracord topic. So I've got glow in the dark paracord. That's pretty neat. It doesn't do anything though, right? And you know, you could do interesting stuff. And I've just shown you before how you can take a fid and you can restrand any paracord. It doesn't matter what brand model you buy, you can restrand it if you don't like it. So if you don't like what Titan Survival Cord has, you know, it's snare wire and you know all the other details of it, right? If you don't like just that and you want to add more, you can always gut that and change it up. I have done before taken Titan Survival Cord, installed it in glow in the dark cord, so I don't have to pay that extra money. And this is what I had made. It has the it's nothing but the fire cord, so I kind of thought it was neat to keep it orange. I do want to incorporate the Titan Survival Cord because I like it, and I just wanted to share that tidbit because it's the creative world. Okay, we can get very creative, just like I've built before necklaces. You know, the kids have them with the UVO necklace, and all I did was just take the, now this is something you can revive every single time. You just shine it in some light for X amount of minutes and it'll stay glowing for hours and hours and hours. Pretty much all night long it'll stay glowing. So there's that one. Same thing with this, but this is a little bit smaller. It's more for your keychains. This is Gear Aid, the knee glow. Anyway, Gear Aid has a lot of cool stuff, and these are basically the same thing, except this is in a keychain version. This one is actually impregnated into the material that they mold this with. This one is not. This one's just pretty much more, it's a little bit brighter because it is direct injected. And with that being said, is the light, it won't last as long. This won't last as long as this one. This one could probably last someone the rest of their life, but this one won't. And you know, give or take 10-15 years, this won't work anymore, right? So you got to keep that in mind. Who cares? We're not getting into more detail. One thing that I thought was really cool, I wanted to share with you guys, I've been playing around with, is glow in the dark tape, so you can see where you're going at night. You I mean, anyone who's ever been aboard ship, you know, there's signs and markings and everything all over the place. So when everyone goes dark and we turn out all the lights, you know, we float on the water, and it's so we can be more covert. So it's River City 4 kind of atmosphere. Anyway, when you get in one of those situations, well, you could do that same thing to your home, or you can utilize, this is the same tape, right? And you could utilize this with projects like this. This is a very strong, nice washer, and I wanted to show you it's something that you could utilize with your project. And you could do something just like this, and you would have this and this together as one through your necklace and just be done with that. Or you can go a step further, and since I'm using the same type of products, I figured I'd keep those together, and this could be your connection right here, just like that. You know what I mean? This could be your connection to take the necklace on and off, and you could have an adjustment in the back, and that you could take the necklace on and off. You could be more covert, ditch both of these, just use your saw blade to strike a standard ferro rod, a tinier ferro rod, and just hide the ferro rod in with the paracord, right? You could also attach glow sticks, right? For an emergency, this would be used for an emergency, right? This isn't going to be a long-term type knife to use if you needed it, but in a pinch, this would be a perfect little tiny kit to save the day if you needed it to stash it somewhere. So a little glow stick attached to that would be pretty cool. And one thing I wanted to share is that typically I would go ahead and grind one side down, but I don't need to do that. It doesn't need to be completely flat to make that work on a ferro rod. So what you do, what I'm planning to do with this one is just going to peel my layer of tape off here. So what I would do is just take something like this. Let's go ahead and cut off a piece of it and see how big we got, and see how much I would need to trim, if any. So it doesn't look like I would need to trim any of that. And what I'll do is go ahead and peel off that other layer, right? And this is your really rough side, so I want to use the smooth side for this. Just gonna lay that in there just like that. Now I got that in place. Now this will still work as something that glows, so I can see this item. If I need something brighter, I can just attach one of these to the side for emergencies. Snap it. It's not going to just break in your pocket or nothing, or on your neck. It's not going to just break that easy. You've got to apply some pressure to this to break it. Okay, so something like that, right? Got that in place just like that. Now I just got to cut around it. You can just use scissors and just keep the blade along the side of the steel and work your way around. Just like that. Take that remainder off. Now you're left with this. Just sort of take your fingers and smooth it out. And if you have to, you could use, I keep using my file, but you can just take a file and just sort of go around it in case you've got those little imperfections. See right here, you see this little tip. Let's see if I can zoom in. You can see what I'm talking about there. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. See that? Now watch this. It's like that. Now it's gone. See, now I made it nice and smooth all the way around. So it's a nice clean look. And it looks like it was made in a factory somewhere downtown, right? Millions of peaches. Peaches for me. Anyway. Start singing all kinds of goofy. I'm a goofball. Alright. So I got this. And zoom back. I'll just see if I got something that's the right size. Hey, look at that. Now, you find something that's kind of the right size. I wanted to make this nice cut into this. So I'm pretty good at stamping and slicing. So I'm gonna see if I can't just make a nice little hole there. That should do the trick. I didn't want to have to cut this perfect little circle out. See that? Look at that. See? Wham. Just like that. Bam. These are glow-in-the-dark beads. Normally, you guys might see me use on the channel the skull beads that are glow-in-the-dark or black or whatever. And you could get stuff like this dirt cheap. And you can make a lot of these things. Now, I'm going to be using mostly the white. And they're just clear. Okay? They're just clear. They'll glow this color. And now you could break things up to make it look more mechanical. This is going to be for a pace counter, and if you want a good pace counter, you could incorporate the stopping point to let you know, hey, last one, but you know when you're at the last one. If you want to make it look more unique, just to throw people off, I wonder what that is, you could make it a bit more confusing looking just by adding, or sophisticated, by adding a couple of different colors. So you could do like 4. You could do 4 clear and then just add a yellow one kind of in the middle there. And that yellow is kind of greenish, but You could kind of add that in the middle and then finish it off with the rest that you need, just to kind of break it up to make it look confusing, and do the same to the other end there. And it breaks the whole thing up, and it doesn't just look like one color. Or you could just be straightforward and just keep it simple, right? Just nothing but white. Now, there you go. So, and let's see what I want to do next. I'm not sure, because I've got this set up the way I want it. I do want to add a glow stick. I was considering adding this with this, and I thought that'd be kind of neat to add that. And then I'm probably still going to go ahead and add that too. I don't know, but you know how it is. And then I'll probably add my glow stick to the side. You could add a plastic handcuff key as well. I'm just going to be attaching this to the outside with micro zip ties, and you can pick those up from anywhere as well. But you could add to one side, like I said, this glow stick. These are $1 at the dollar store. You get like a pack of 10 or something, and different colors, you know, whatever color you choose. I went with that reddish color. And not just that, I mean, you can do this the plastic handcuff keys, or just buy a freaking handcuff key, right? Because the plastic ones are like $10 for one, where you could have just bought a whole bag full of handcuff keys for $10. So metal is metal, man. Just use the metal. But some people like low key. They don't want to see a hand metal detection. What is that? Okay. Well, you're carrying a knife anyway, so it doesn't make any sense to me. Even if you go ceramic, you still have metal in the ceramic one as well. A lot of folks will tell me that, oh, I carry a ceramic now, but you still have the brass. You still have, you know what I mean? There's still other things going on there. So if you're trying to stay super low key, it's really hard to be 100% and to get it without spending tons of money on it. But this is just something to, you know, as a project to play around with. Real quick, if you're putting one of these together, I just want to kind of show you the mechanics, right? So you would start with this. This is one of those ferro rods for a lanyard. It's got the lanyard holes, and you would do just like this if you just wanted to do something like this, right? And that's simple. This design is simply for this setup that I'm making here. I wanted it just for fire starting, and that's pretty much it. And I could have added a lighter to it as well, but I didn't. But you know what I mean? Anyway, I start getting into all these details. All right, so you'll go through the back of something like this first, and you'll probably have to use some sort of string or wire to pull through, and just like this, just run it through like this, and then you could go ahead and tie that if you like. This makes your job a little bit easier here. Now take this and just yank that through, just like that. Now you've got that through there. Now you'll need to do this guy. So it'll make it a little bit easier trying to get these things through the holes. Just like that. And that gets you set up for that. And you won't need this anymore. So you'll be able to cut that off and remove it. Once you get that done, you could simply leave this one behind here. Alright, that could stay right there, and it's not getting in the way. And then just bring these two up through a loop, just like that. And then you're going to want to fish these back, so you're going to pull the opposite direction to pull that tight, and then start pulling this guy. So you'll have to fiddle around with it for a little bit to get it right. Pull, pull, and just like that. And then you start ending up with something that looks like that. There you go. And see, now you can bring this up and over this, but you want this showing. You want that to glow. You don't really care so much. This is just an extra ferro rod, because I still intend to use this guy here as a connection, and just for a cool factor, man. You know, if it's why you got two ferro rods? Redundancy, fool. All right. Anyway, so you get this. Now I've got the compass and everything, and now you want to set up your pace counter. You can do 9 and 4. I do 9 and 5. I try to get to the mileage mark, and it's just something that I do. I have a pace counting video if you're interested in that, but I explain how to do pace counting and make pace counters. So I'm going to do like I typically do. I'm going to do 9 and 5, 5 on one side, 9 on the other, so I can count my pace, and then set up a location for this guy, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Contraptions. I just took it out in the sun for just a second and it's glowing pretty good. I like doing these weird creations because I want to see how much stuff I can kind of put together out of, you know, random parts and stuff. So, you know, pace counter, you've got something, you know, backup ferro rod back here, something that glows in the dark. You've got a little miniature compass. You've got up here Titan survival cord that's got, you know, everything from fishing line to snare wire in it. You could, you know, house back here some water purification tablets and, you know, fishing hooks or whatever. Anyway, you could go further into this craziness, right? It's a craziness contraption. All right, so for backup glow in the dark, this is kind of a disposable rig, right? It's just something, I mean, you can, if you lose it, you're not going to cry a river unless you really needed it when it happened. So right here, you can disconnect it here, so if someone goes yanking on your neck. This fully extended. I mean, personally, this isn't bad, right? I wouldn't put it behind your neck, and see, this is fully adjustable, so I can bring it down further. But it's good to have it where if someone grabs your neck, that it'll unsnap. So it's kind of like yank, and I'll pull it in just a minute. But you could probably rotate, like instead of this being here, if you wanted to use something, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't say use something like this. I just want to give you an idea. But I would take this and move it here, right, instead of here. But that's just a suggestion on, hey, it's trial and error, man. But anyway, that's pretty much set up, and you know, you just yank that and grab your little knife, and if someone grabs your neck, it comes right off, and whatever, you know what I mean? So just disconnect. These also expand, they're fully adjustable. You just pull them and you can make it bigger or smaller. I like doing it like that. You don't have to make them this big, you can actually make them smaller. That's a smaller version of it, and you can even make them smaller than that. It just takes a little loop and a pull, and it'll still work the same. So anyway, with this, you know, you just yank it out. You got to put some pressure on it, and then right here, you know, you've got your saw, and you've got your razor, and it's cool beans, right? That's just a bunch of ideas. This is just me sharing more ideas with you guys, and I know we all build different things, and we all have different crazy ideas, and someone out there probably wanted to know some little trick like this, because they might not like the colors. They might want to try something different with it, but this gives you guys and gals an idea. And like I said, you can make it slimmer than this. It doesn't have to be crazy. It could be just as simple paracord strand with a snap, and you know, but I like taking it, you know, overboard. All right, God bless you guys. Please like, share, subscribe.